Welcome back, everybody. Today we got another Kevin Samuels classic. And trust me, this one goes left fast.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can now.
Yay, finally. Sorry.
What's going on?
I'm good. I was just going to say that I'm a younger woman and I've been watching your channel for
I,
the past 2 weeks. Thanks to quarantine, I found you.
okay, hold on. Do me a favor. Are you on Bluetooth or are you on the speakerphone?
Actually, I think you can hear my phone right now. Should I turn it off?
Yeah, you need to turn off the
Using
YouTube channel in the
my
background, and you need to make sure you're just on the Zoom call and not moving around. That means the audio won't pick up anything else except you talking.
Alright.
So what you got for me?
I don't really have much. I watched your broadcast yesterday and it was sad to watch, especially with the whole rating thing. And I've been trying to not become honest, but just be real with myself because I have expectations, I have needs and wants, and I want to be the person to attract that. I want to be like good enough for that,
What do
basically.
you want to attract?
Uh, a high value man, someone that can lead, someone that can
Okay.
provide and protect.
Where are you from?
I am culturally African. I'm Nigerian, but I live in Canada.
Okay. Have you called in before?
I haven't.
Okay.
First
And how old
time.
are you?
I'm 21.
21. Are you in college or are you working? What's going on?
And, I'm in school to be a practical nurse, registered practical nurse.
Okay. And you said you want to be married. Well, good.
Yeah, well, a lot of obviously online and like the part of the internet that I'm in, this is very normal. But in in school, my friend groups, I'm like the oddball. I'm the one who dates men, 10 to 15 years older. And yeah,
Okay. So let me ask you some questions. Okay, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6",
And what dress size?
size 4,
Size 4. And about how much do you weigh?
120,
So, I mean, if you want to
120.
be married, and you said you're going to school to be a practical nurse.
Yes, it's a
Ooh.
2 years program.
Okay.
I couldn't get into like the 4-year nursing program, but this is a stepping stone
Okay.
if I do decide to
Oh,
like go forward.
okay. You a stepping stone to what? A career in nursing?
I would like to. My ideal job would be to be a midwife.
Okay. So, how many children do you want to have when you're married?
Ideally 3.
And do you want to ever have to work to be able to? Do you ever want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're a wife? After you're pregnant?
No.
All right. So let's get right to it. You want to be a
Okay.
midwife, but that's just a passion project. You don't want to pay a damn bill after you find out you're pregnant, right?
Um. Yes. I'm saying, like for me, the whole thing with nursing is just to be. It's just to be able to contribute to my family, my
Right. But
community, and yeah.
exactly, a passion project.
Right.
It's
Yes.
not that you
Perfect.
got
Yeah.
to pay a bill. Okay.
Exactly.
So,
Yes. You're right.
so if
Yeah.
you're 21, um, do you find that your European, your white counterparts are able to find a husband at your age and your kind of background and marry just fine?
Um. My worldview isn't that broad.
Well, I would tell you
Because
they are.
I
I
live
would tell
in
you they
Toronto.
are.
Okay. Okay.
I would tell
Okay.
you they
Yes.
are.
Okay.
So, number one thing is that you said the group you hang out with, right?
Mhm.
Stop hanging out with that group. That's gonna if you want to get married and you damn sure you want to marry well, you're gonna have to get rid of the women you're hanging around with who think you're an oddball, and then you're gonna have to start either running solo or hanging around women who are marriage minded because
I am.
marriage minded men do not like their women to be around single-minded women.
Mm, okay.
Well, you
I heard what you said, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I was just going to say that I pretty much do that now because yeah, like I go out by myself for the most part.
okay?
Because like going to, like transitioning to college, people moved away. I'm still at home. My college is not too far away from where I live,
Right?
so it's just a good situation for
Are your
me.
mother? Are you raised by your
So
mother and
but
father in the house?
I go out by myself.
So your mother, you're an only child,
Yes.
and your mother and father are married.
Not Yes, not the only child. I'm the last of four
Okay.
children,
Any?
but my parents are, yeah.
Okay. So you're the baby of the family. Any older brothers?
Two older brothers and one older
Are your
sister.
older brothers
The
married?
top
Are
two.
your older brothers married?
Um,
What is that noise
older
going on in the
brother.
background? What are you doing?
Oh no, is this better?
That's okay. So,
Okay,
how is your father?
it's my
Okay.
earphones. I'm
And so,
so
how is your father helping facilitate this marriage that you want to be in?
good question. Not. I've basically learned everything by myself. Um,
Push the brakes.
not.
Push the brakes. Okay, hold up. Mama and daddy are married, right?
Yes, mom and dad are okay. So I can I give you a quick like synopsis of
Yes,
the
because that's what I'm
history of
going to
my
get to
family?
anyway.
So mother and father they had. I was like I wasn't planned for. So when my parents had me, they were much older, and my mom moved to Canada. Um, and I grew up with my grandmother, like my childhood from like I don't know toddler to 10, and then I moved in with my sis. Like so, um, I had a very
All right.
my
So when I
grandfather
ask if
was
your
in my
mother and
life.
father are
So
married, I'm trying to understand if you're raised in a traditional kind of family.
right
Hold on, just a second.
right
It-
now my mom is remarried.
okay.
Right now
All
my
right.
mom is
Okay.
remarried.
Okay.
So
So when someone's asking if your mom and dad are married, they mean right now. They don't mean if they were.
okay,
And
okay. Well, my dad passed
okay.
away last
All right.
year, and my mom is
And
remarried. So
stop.
yeah,
How much have you? Were you raised by a strong masculine presence?
I would say yes, and that would
Who?
be my
And
grandfather.
how old is he?
My
And how old
grandfather.
is he?
I don't know. He passed away when I was 10.
Okay, then no, you weren't.
Okay.
How old are you?
I thought I
No,
was,
you're
but
not. You're
I'm 21.
okay.
I'm
You're
21.
21. Your father
Yes.
did not raise you. Your parents allowed you to be raised by your grandparents. Okay, right? Okay.
Yes.
I don't need to
Yes.
know, but that's already problematic. Then
Okay.
your grandparents are older than your parents, so they had a baby, and you only had a man raise you until you were 10. And then since then, what man has been guiding you?
Okay. I wouldn't, so the culture that I come from,
That
a lot of
I just
men,
need
even the
I just
ones
need to
at
know the man
home,
that's been guiding you. I don't need to know about the culture. I need to know about the man that's been guiding you.
I just wanted to let you know that I can say I have one because the men are absent. In my case, they've been absent.
But
My sister, I lived with my sister and her husband,
okay,
and
ma'am,
he guided me a little bit.
ma'am. Did you call in to get my opinion on something, or do you want to give me a story?
I'm honest. I'm just trying to answer your
Okay,
question
I can, and I'm
honestly.
telling you right now, even by the way you're interacting with me, you have not had a man raise you or over you.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just telling you, because you're
All right.
21, I'm 51. And there's no way that a 21-year-old woman should be engaging with a 50-year-old man. When I start talking, you should stop.
I was trying to answer your
But when
question
I start talking and
about
I keep
because
saying, ma'am, you should not keep, okay, you can hear me, but you're just trying to
yes.
talk through me. Where
I
do they do that?
Okay. I'm not trying to be
I'm
rude or
asking you, where do
disrespectful.
they do that? Where do women who get the kind of outcome you think you say you want, that a woman 30 years younger than a man talks through them?
hmm I'm sorry if you think I'm trying to do that.
I'm
I'm
not
just trying to
asking.
answer your question.
I get that, But what I'm trying to get you to understand is, one, you called in here, and I don't need to know all your story. I need to get the information the way I need to get it. But what I've already surmised is
All
this:
right.
you didn't have a man raising you. You didn't have
Yes.
a man raising you, and it's not about your culture. It's about your family, and it's a complex situation. Whatever, the issue is still on you. You can want to get
Okay.
married, but what are you going? When was the last time you had a serious relationship with a man?
A year ago,
How long did it last?
it lasted 1.5 years.
1.5 years. It was a year and a half. So 2.5 years
Yeah.
ago, you were 19.
Yes.
You were a middleman for a year and a half, right? How
Mhm.
old was that man?
Um, I was 19. He was 23.
Okay. And why didn't you guys get married?
Well, like the relationship went sour after he could not meet the requirements or the standards that we set at the beginning of the
What does
relationship
that mean?
anymore.
What does that mean? You were 19.
So
What
yeah, so
standards is
when
that?
he asked me to be his
Uh
girlfriend,
huh.
I
Were you in college at the time?
um
That's a yes or no question, man.
mm, I
Okay.
was, but I
So
was at uni at the time.
what
Yeah.
what standards did a 19-year-old woman have?
I basically just I'm trying to like put myself back in the mindset because it was like a serious conversation over dinner. Like when he asked me to be his girlfriend, I was like, "Are you sure you're going to be
You're only
able
nine,
to
you're only
meet my
20, you're
needs?"
only 21 years old. If you can't remember
hmm
what happened in a long-term relationship 2 years.
I basically asked him like I mean like before we I said yes to being his girlfriend. I let him know because he's also Nigerian, and Nigerian men understand the whole idea of providing for their women.
What the
And
wait,
I was
hold
just
on, hold on,
asking
hold on,
him
hold
if
on,
he
hold
was
on, hold on,
ready.
hold on, hold on. What are you doing letting anybody know anything? You're 19, he's 23. Why are you telling him what he needs to do? See, what I'm trying to understand is that if you even understand what it is you want. And what it sounds to me like you were in a relationship for a year and a half with a guy, and you said he can't meet these standards. What I hear a lot from
No,
women,
I
oh,
said he wasn't able to. That's why it went
listen,
sour. He wasn't able to.
if you talk over me one more time, we're going to have a problem.
Okay, I hope not.
He wasn't able to meet those standards. What standards? Give me some specifics. Money?
Money and time.
Money.
Money and
What kind of
time. He
money?
wasn't
What
able
did
to.
he need to make money? What did he need to make Why did you need his money?
I didn't need his money, but I definitely wanted that to feel secure
What did
in
you
a
what you weren't
relationship.
his
Like that's one
wife?
of yes, I
Why are
wasn't
you
his
entitled to
wife.
your boyfriend's money?
I'm not entitled to
So
it. He
when
basically offered it up.
no, okay, let's back up. Let's back up.
Okay.
Boyfriend, girlfriend.
hmm
There are no standards. There's just fidelity. We just decide whether we're monogamous or non-monogamous. Boyfriends don't pay.
But in
Listen, because no one taught you this stuff, so let me teach it to you. Boyfriends don't pay
hmm
your rent, lights, phone, anything. They pay for dates. That's it.
hmm
That's it. When somebody's going to start meeting your standards is after your last name is Miss Samuels. And for a year and a half, were
okay.
you
I
sexually active?
Yeah, we were sexually
All
active in
right.
a relationship.
So you involved, sexually active, and as the story was going to get to, basically he needed to make more money and spend more time with you than you wanted. So you broke it off with him. Fine.
He actually broke it
Well,
off with
okay.
me, but
You cool. He broke it off with you.
okay, can I say
Not
something
really.
about
Not really. Not really. Because we're going on to the next point. What
don't you think rational self-interest is important?
Ty.
We said at the beginning of the relationship.
What does that mean?
Anymore.
What does that mean? You were 19. What standards is that?
Ty, you need to mute the YouTube channel in the background. Hey man, I muted you and I went on to somebody else because I don't do that. And I don't really, honestly, young lady, I don't need to know what you think about anything. You have no one guiding you. And it sounds to me like you want something that you're not anywhere close to qualifying for. And I cannot imagine any man worth his salt putting up with such a bullheaded woman. I don't care how you look. You can't even conduct yourself on a phone call.
This call highlighted the difference between wanting a traditional marriage and understanding the stages that lead to one. The 21-year-old caller explained that she was trying to become more realistic so she could eventually marry a high-value man. She preferred dating men 10 to 15 years older, wanted 3 children, and hoped to stop working after becoming a mother. She also mentioned wanting to become a midwife, but Kevin questioned whether she had fully committed to that career path if her long-term goal was to leave the workforce shortly after starting a family. Kevin also encouraged her to change the people she spent time with. Since both of her parents were married, he believed she already had an example of marriage at home and suggested she spend more time around successful married couples instead of relying heavily on advice from single friends. His point was that the people around us often shape our expectations about relationships. The conversation became more intense when she described a relationship she had at 19 with a 23-year-old man. She ended the relationship because she felt he no longer met her standards. When Kevin asked what those standards were, she explained that she expected him to consistently provide money and time. As the discussion continued, she admitted she expected him to help pay for her hair, nails, makeup, clothes, and other lifestyle expenses, even though he had only recently graduated. Kevin argued that there is an important distinction between the responsibilities of a boyfriend and those of a husband. From his perspective, dating is a period for learning compatibility and building a relationship, not automatically assuming the financial responsibilities of marriage. When she later explained that her former boyfriend had stopped spending as much because he was saving for a car and preparing to move, Kevin questioned whether she had interpreted responsible financial planning as a lack of commitment. Another recurring issue throughout the call was communication. The caller repeatedly interrupted Kevin, making it difficult for the conversation to move forward. He suggested that successful relationships require listening just as much as speaking, especially when discussing difficult topics. Toward the end of the discussion, Kevin emphasized that the type of man she hoped to marry would likely value qualities such as cooperation, emotional maturity, and clear communication alongside physical attraction and shared goals. His broader message was that preparing for marriage involves developing those relationship skills, not just having high standards for a future partner. The biggest takeaway from this conversation is that expectations should match the stage of the relationship. Wanting marriage and financial security is one thing, but understanding how healthy relationships develop over time and communicating with maturity along the way is just as important. Drop your thoughts below. Do you think people today sometimes expect marriage-level benefits during the dating stage, or are expectations simply changing with modern relationships?